So I think that this could honestly be a very short review. I picked up Megabonk. My wife made fun of me for purchasing a game of this title. That's because I'm old. I'm not cool. This game makes me feel old. Anyway, shortest review possible in the world, I would say. So you're seeing the gameplay right now. This is like a run that I did. It went decently well, although I did not end up winning on this run. And I mean, you can probably tell if you have played video games before, if you know what a video game is, if you have any experience with video games, that this is basically just Vampire Survivors. The game is, I would say, in all ways that count, functionally identical to Vampire Survivors. If you've played Vampire Survivors and you enjoyed it, and you want something a little bit different, this game is for you. If you did not play it and you don't know what it is, I don't know, maybe you'd like it. If you did play it and you hated it, you probably wouldn't like this. Because again, it's basically the exact same thing. There are some key differences. So the core gameplay is a little bit different, as you can obviously see from this video. It is in 3D instead of 2D. And they kind of do this weird forced perspective that gets a little bit odd when you, zoom out at certain angles and so on. I don't really like that. I initially didn't think that the 3D really added that much to it, and I do think it does now that I've played it a bit longer. I think that it does add some value to it. It is a little bit different. The game does make use of some things, like the fact that you can jump, you can navigate environments, and there are some, sort of interesting bits where you can actually kind of make a build where, for example, your character has a lot of jumps, or jumps really high, and that can actually make it easier for your character to escape enemies that are attacking you, which is kind of cool. I do like that part. There are also parts where it's a bit of a drawback. So many of the bosses in the game do sort of classic, red callouts. Okay, circles on the ground. Okay, laser beams coming at you. Where they warn you, and then you're expected to get out of the way. Unfortunately, because of the way that the 3D works, this is often very messy. Bosses will fire attacks at you that you don't really have any reasonable way to dodge. And so you're just kind of forced to get stuck, and, it doesn't feel good. So there are ways in which I think the 3D kind of, detracts from it a little bit. Aside from that, so there are some differences in terms of the gameplay. So whereas in something like Vampire Survivors, you just kind of fight stuff, and that's where you get basically all of your progression. In this, there are kind of alternate methods of progression. So there is like the gems that you get experience from. There's cash, which you can use to trade for other upgrades. And then there's various other things in the environment that you can collect and interact with. So there are jars that you can smash to get more of the cash or the gems. There are guys that you can buy stuff from. There are chests that you can open with cash. There are shrines that you can activate to get buffs if you stand close to them for long enough, which can be challenging if obviously you've got a lot of enemies coming on you at once and you have to dodge all of them. So those things are interesting. They do add a little bit to the gameplay. I do like those. However, again, it's basically the same game. I cannot hesitate to emphasize that enough. Those things do not fundamentally change the core loop of the game very much, and so what you are playing is basically just a slightly different Vampire Survivors. And the progression is almost the exact same. Like, basically after you complete a match, whether you are successful or not, there are other characters you can unlock, there are other weapons and items that you can unlock, and there are more stages that you can unlock when you clear the existing ones, and then there's also challenges that you can complete. So, you've completed a stage the first time, and now you can do a challenge that adds some additional difficulty modifiers to vary up your playstyle a little bit, maybe encourage you to play a bit differently. All of that is good stuff. The other thing to note is that whereas Vampire Survivors was all, vaguely Italian flavored, because it was an Italian dev, this is all vaguely Gen Z flavored. You might be able to tell by the fact that this game is called Megabonk. You may be able to tell by the fact that the game has nothing but all kinds of meme names in it. The item that was like the garlic in Vampire Survivors, which, basically does a ring around you that generates damage to nearby things, they called that aura in this one. And basically you can make your aura stronger to hurt things around you. Lovely. Great. I think the biggest issue for me is that I am, again, too old for this game. I'm too old to care. This stuff is just like, Christ. I don't, it's just like, whatever. It doesn't resonate with me. I'm too old. This is how I know that I'm old. Anyway, that said, it's a perfectly lovely game. There's nothing wrong with it. You'll enjoy playing it again if you enjoyed playing Vampire Survivors, and there's plenty for you to do in that case. I would describe this game as the perfect kind of example of an indie game that is lovely if you get it for $5 or $10. It will be something that you play for 10 to 20 hours of your life. You will not be enriched by it. You will not be left better off afterwards. You will not spend years of your life thinking about how lovely it was and how deep the lore was and thinking about it, intellectually. You will not want to, play various games in the series. You will not think of it as the big AAA project, whatever. It's something that you will spend 10 to 20 hours of your life on. You'll enjoy it, and then you'll go, well, that was fun. I'm going to move on now. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that is a thing that you are interested in doing, then do it. If not, then don't. It is certainly a video game. That is the most that I can say. And to be clear, this is not me hating on it. I mean, obviously, I'm playing it. I am enjoying it. I've put about 15 hours into it so far in the past week. And, I will probably put another 10 to 15 hours into it. Sure, great. But, as I get older, I have a little bit less tolerance for things where I'm just like, this was just a way to spend my time. And when things are just a way to spend your time, it kind of makes you wonder, like, hey, what better things could I be doing with my time? Should I be spending more time hanging out with my wife? Should I be spending more time, writing a book, making YouTube videos, helping clients, whatever it is that I would like to do with my time? And the answer is very often, yes, I would like to spend more time doing other things. So, with that said, I am going to end this video here. Honestly, this is going to be on the shorter side, but again, I don't really have too much to say. It's a video game. So, that is the end of this video. Don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Comment down below, let me know what you would like to see in future videos. Tell me that I am old and out of touch. Whatever preferred insults you would like to put down there, go ahead and put them down there. Have a good one, and I will see you all next time.